Hello and welcome to another of my videos back on the channel. Now, it's been a while since we've been on this website. Last time I was on this website, we were looking at the unused plant upgrades. So you can see them all here. I'll leave a link to that video in the description if you haven't seen it. It was quite a while ago, probably like 4 weeks ago. But yeah, it's about time we did the zombie one, because this was meant to be a two-part thing, but then I kind of accidentally went inactive, so I didn't make the second part. But yeah, so today we're doing the unused zombie upgrades. So yeah, we'll see if they're as interesting as the plant ones. Maybe they'll be more balanced, because the plant ones I feel weren't too balanced. But you know, we can always look. So we start off with Foot Soldier, obviously. He's got quite a few. He's got 4 of them. So carbine rounds, increased range, reduced recoil of a primary weapon. So this decreases the recoil by 90% and increases the damage fall off. See, I swear damage fall off isn't in BFN. Or is it damage drop off? I swear damage drop off is what people wanted in BFN, which was in Garden Warfare 2. Because like characters which weren't able to, well, characters that shouldn't be able to snipe were able to snipe in BFN. So I'm pretty sure that's why people wanted drop off. I'm not sure if that's the same thing. I'd assume it is. So I guess that's probably why they didn't add this upgrade, because damage drop-off never actually made it into the game, so this upgrade kind of would have been useless. But I guess if damage drop-off was in the game, it could have added for like kind of upgrades which could utilize that and, you know, make it better or worse. So rocket jump land knockback. Landing from rocket jump knocks enemies 5 meters upwards and 12 meters backwards within a 5 meter radius. So that one I would like. I mean, 3 points for it. I think it's a pretty decent one. It's like a ground pound, pretty much. It's kind of like, I guess, similar to Space Cadet's meteor crash thing, you know, where she goes into the air and slams down. It's kind of similar to that by the looks of it. It doesn't do damage by the looks of it, but I guess if you're going into an objective, you rocket jump into it and land, everyone would lift up. I think that would have been quite a nice one. 3 points, I'd say, is pretty balanced. Zpg kill cooldown. Reduces the cooldown time of Zpg by 3 seconds upon vanquishing an enemy with it. So that one I thought it was in the game. It seems like one which would be in the game. It doesn't seem too powerful. Only 3 seconds. Maybe 2 points instead of 3. I think that might be a bit too pricey, because you're only reducing it by 3 seconds. And you can only really ever kill maybe up to like 3 people with a ZPG. I mean, I guess, yeah, if you kill 3 people with a ZPG, then you've sped up the cooldown time by like 9 seconds. So, yeah, I reckon 2 points for that could be quite good. And I could see that being in the game. So Zpg Gas Cloud. Spawns a stink cloud on the location of the vanquished enemy that lasts for 3 seconds. That's kind of similar to one of my character concepts, I think. I think it might be Plague Doctor. I think when he killed someone, I said that like a gas cloud would appear by their dead body that would do damage. So that would be cool. I would like that one, because then like if you're in a big huddle of people and then like a foot soldier started killing people, then like a stink cloud would appear and you'd have to get away from the dead person. It would also, I guess, kind of prevent reviving, which might cause some problems, because then like if every single foot soldier had this equipped, then it'll just be pretty hard for sunflowers to revive. But yeah, maybe 4. I don't know. I reckon 3 or 4 could be a good price for that. So now on to Imp. That's Foot Soldier done. So faster missile madness, low health. Increase missile madness rate of fire by 100% upon reaching 50% HP or low. So when you get to half health, then missile madness basically gets just like 2 times better by the looks of it. So I mean, Missile Madness for me isn't the best of abilities like already, so to have this I reckon would be quite good. And there's a lot of cases where like imp mechs can be killed really quickly, so to have this, I guess if you are on low health, then you can use Missile Madness and it does like a lot more damage, so you can use it and get out there. I think 2 points might be a bit too cheap, probably 3. I think 3 is always a good number for an upgrade, because like it's quite a general number. It works in most cases, so yeah, I reckon 3 instead of 2. That might be a bit too cheap. Gravity grenade speed. Increases gravity grenades projectile speed by 100%. See, I'm not sure why you'd need that. I never throw the gravity grenade and like think to myself, oh, this is so slow, I wish it could be faster. So unless that means it travels further, but it just says it increases the projectile speed. So it might travel further, in which case I guess that would be a good one. But if it literally just increases the speed and doesn't go any further than it already does, I don't know if that's really worth it. There's only 2 points, so. Alright, so Super Brain. So we've got Clay Pigeon. Enemies stay a lot longer when hit by Hyper Thump Jump. That's always a mouthful ability to say. Increases the knock upward distance of enemies hit by Super Jump Thump. Why is it here called Super Jump Thump and here Hyper Jump Thump? It really confuses things. To 10 meters. Okay, so it doesn't do more damage, it just increases the knockback, which I like. I kind of like upgrades that have, like, they don't just increase damage or anything, you know, they'd actually do something else, kind of less direct. So yeah, I like that. Knockback on Turbo Twister End. Turbo Twister knocks enemies back within a 3 meter radius of the player, 5 meters upwards and 12 meters backwards. So I'm guessing this activates when Turbo Twister ends. It does this, not like the entire way through. I guess I would like that, because Turbo Twister isn't the best ability, so to be able to like knock people back that far, I reckon could be quite good. And 2 points I'd say is reasonable for that. Turbo Twister miss cooldown. Decrease the cooldown time for Turbo Twister by 5 seconds if it doesn't hit an enemy. Now, I mean, that's a good upgrade, but like, in most cases you're gonna hit an enemy, unless you're just in the middle of nowhere and just using it. Like, yeah, in most cases, because you have to be really up close to people. So, and you would only really use it when you're in a crowd of people. So in most cases you would hit the enemy, so I don't think this upgrade would actually come into play much. So maybe make it like, maybe even 1 point. I don't know, maybe 2 points, because you're decreasing it by 5 seconds, which is quite a considerable amount. Whirlwind duration, multiple stage upgrade. So I'm guessing we don't know pretty much what that is. It's just got Super Brains' face down there, so it clearly isn't linked to an ability. Whirlwind duration. I mean, that makes you think of Turbo Twister, but I guess we'll never know. So 80s action hero. Dynamite dodge speed. Increase movement speed by 100% for 2 seconds while using dynamite dodge. Okay, that one I like, because dynamite dodge is in the name, you're meant to dodge stuff. And in most cases people use it to attack. So I think being able to actually kind of use it to get around and to give you, like, even if it's only a small movement speed boost, I think that would give more use and kind of agility with that ability, which I like. And I reckon 1 point's a decent amount. It's only 2 seconds, so it's not like you're going to whiz across the whole entire map. So yeah, I reckon 1 point's a good amount. Quant missile damage reduce cooldown. Dealing damage with quant missile reduces its cooldown by 1 second. By 1 second, I mean, I don't know how much the cooldown for it already is, but I guess 1 second for 1 point, you know, that's fine with me. Secure landing, unknown effect, it appears to affect the dynamite dodge. Maybe the dynamite like homes in on this character, or like on the nearby plant or something, I don't know. I mean, it's only 1 point, so it probably wasn't that powerful. Electric slide, funky bouncer explosion. Enemies caught on Funky Bouncer receive 25 damage. Yeah, I like that one. So I'm assuming at the end of the Funky Bouncer's like duration, it explodes, and then the people in it receive 25 damage, which I like, because at the moment it kind of helps out the plants who are in it, because you throw it at them, they might be at low health, and they get dragged away, unless it goes off the map or something. But in most cases, when I'm a plant and I get caught in this, it actually helps me. So I think to make it do damage, or to have an upgrade that makes it do damage, I think that would make it, yeah, that would make it better, because you wouldn't want to go into a Funky Bouncer, because you wouldn't know whether you take damage or not. And for like a Nightcap, you know, that's like a third of her health, so yeah, I reckon that's quite a good one. 1 point as well, fairly cheap. Faster electric form, increased movement speed while in outer flight by 25%. Okay, I reckon that one should be at least 2 or 3 points, not 1, because out of flight is already an annoying ability, so to basically increase the speed by 25%, it might not seem by much, it might not seem like much, but for 1 point, you know, you could have like all of these equipped along with other stuff, so probably make it 2 or 3, because, you know, it's already kind of an unbalanced ability, because it just makes her immortal as a get out of jail free card, so to make it quicker for that cheap, probably not a good idea. Larger storm. No effect. It appears that it was meant to increase a Disco Tornado's storm size, but the data was removed. See, that one I like. I genuinely wish that one was in it, because that's probably one of my favourite abilities in the game. And I would like if you could make it bigger, you know, do more destruction. Yeah, if you could send it onto a point and it filled almost the entire objective, that could do a lot of damage. Probably not for 1 point, again, that's pretty cheap, but yeah, I would have generally liked this one in the game. So Captain Deadbeard, launch explosion, deals 35 damage at a 5-meter radius when being launched from barrel blast. What? Deals 35 damage at 5-meter radius. Does that just... Oh, wait. That's just summarizing the ability. It already does that, doesn't it? Like, that's exactly what the... Unless it does an extra 35 damage. Because when the barrel explodes, that's when the plants take damage. Right? When being launched from barrel blast. Yeah, I'm assuming that just basically means do 35 extra damage at a 5-meter radius. I'm assuming, of 16 point feet. So I'm a bit confused on that one, but All-Star, unknown affected appears to affect implant. We have quite a lot of Uber abilities. There was like an Uber Rose and like an Uber other one. There's quite a few Uber ones, I swear. Yeah, Uber Rose, Uber Nightcap. So I don't know if Uber was going to be like... I don't know if that's what it was actually going to be called, like Uber. Or whether it was going to have like something in its place, but... That's the only also one for 3 points and affect implant. Maybe it makes implant go further or like shoots 2 implants or something. No, Space Cadet. Gravity Smash height damage. Increases the damage output of Gravity Smash the higher the Space Cadet is from the ground. It is split into 4 power thresholds. A power threshold of 1 gives 12.5% increased damage. 0.75 power threshold gives you 14.2% increased damage. 0.5 power threshold gives 16.6% increased damage, while 0.25 power threshold gives 20% increased damage. It's quite confusing at first. So a power threshold of 1. So I'm assuming a power threshold is how high it is. So like a power threshold of 1 is probably when it's quite low down and it increases the damage by 12%, but then a power threshold of 0.25 increases it by 20% damage. So that's probably like... It's a bit confusing in description, but basically what I take from it is like the higher up a Space Cadet is when they're doing Gravity Smash, the more damage it does, which just makes sense because you're going to gain more speed as you're going down and you're going to have a harder impact. So that does make sense. It does make sense, but probably need to adjust the description a bit and maybe make it a bit more expensive. One's quite cheap. Big Bang Beam Miss Reduce Cooldown. Reduces the cooldown time of Big Bang Beam by 5 seconds if it doesn't hit an enemy. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable one because a lot of times you have to be quite precise with it and a lot of the times I do miss. So for 1 point, I'd say that's pretty reasonable. Scientist. Uber Scientist. Here we have another Uber one. This ability either allows a scientist to have 50 more over health points or the healing hose to increase the amount of over health it can provide by 50 points, similar to Cocoon. For 2 points. So that basically just means scientist can either have 50 more over health points himself or provide 50 more over health points to other players. I mean, overhealth has kind of been nerfed now, so like it slowly goes down over time, so I would be fine with that. It would make scientists more supportive than, you know, what he already is. For 2 points, maybe 3, because 50 is quite a lot of points. But yeah, so Warp Extra Charge. Adds an additional charge for the warp ability, a total of 4 warps. 3 points, I might say 4, and then it'll be worth, you know, like 1 point for each warp. Like that upgrade on its own, yeah, I'll be fine with it. They're just making it a bit more expensive. It would make scientists more, like, obviously quick and be able to get around more and heal more people or attack more people. Scientist already is like a pretty good character, so I'm sure like that the fact that we don't have these upgrades doesn't really make a difference. But yeah, Engineer. Double time damage. Double time can deal 25 damage within 3 seconds of deploying it. Damage to what? What, to the zombies going on it? It can deal 25 damage within 3 seconds of deploying it. Well, so if there's like a plant nearby and you deploy it, it does 25 damage? That doesn't really make much sense. I can see why they didn't add that one. Jump Start. Allies move faster for a short time after landing from jump pad. Wait, why is it called jump pad? Because this is what happens normally. Allies move faster for a short amount of time after landing on double time is what it should be called, not jump pad. Was this thing originally going to be a jump pad? I mean, when you look at it, it does have like an arrow going up into the air, as if they would jump. Increase. So did this originally make allies jump higher? If so, that's pretty interesting. That would have been cool to see. Although I think I prefer making it move quicker, because like jumping higher doesn't really help in most cases, but yeah. So then we got these, which are basically the universal upgrades. So any attack class would have this one. Any support classes would have these ones. So increased bullet range, increases the damage fall off start and end distance by 35%. Again, that has damage fall off or damage drop off. So I'm assuming, you know, that one wouldn't make sense if it was added into the game, because damage drop off isn't in the game. So yeah, I can see why that wasn't in. Increased zoom, no effect. It appears that the data for this upgrade is missing. I mean, it's pretty obvious what it is. It's just an increased zoom for support classes, which, you know, fine. Ranged revive allies from a further distance. Yeah, that one I reckon would be good for support classes. It would make sense, you know, like Rose, Wizard, Engineer being able to, you know, kind of get that like revive boost as well as Sunflower and Scientist, making them again more supportive. So yeah, so that is it. Now there's a lot of other stuff on this website which I might eventually come to later, but for the unused character upgrades we have done them all. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on these upgrades in the comments below. I'll try and remember to leave a link to this website in the description, because I didn't do that last time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!